Hello and welcome to ARK, the complete series. Well, there's some good news and there's some bad news. The bad news, well, Roger the Rock Drake, he is no more. He's bought the farm basically. And Hugh, our Bulbasaurus, well, he had to go back to the manufacturer. Yeah. And it was just a case of, while I was out and about with Roger the Rock Drake, trying to get some more rock drake eggs. Unfortunately, we got ganked by a ton of rock drakes, so they took me out. I ended up as rock drake food, and so did the Bulbasaurus, and so did Roger Rock Drake. Fortunately, the actual Megalosaurus has survived. I don't know how. I don't know what happened. Based on experience, I tend to find these things, I mean, on their own, they don't seem to do that much damage. Do occasionally, but most of the time they try to grab things for some strange reason. It's a weird mechanic. I don't know why they don't do something about that. But in any case, yeah, those three survived. Actually, where is the other two? That's a good question. There they are. They're in my pocket. Those three survived, and it made me think, to be honest, because this is well, the good news is we've now got, this is Hugh Mark II. I mean, I was really hoping that our original Hugh would get all the way to the Rockwell fight, but sadly no, so we're going to have to try and do that with Hugh 2. And the other good news is we've got some more rock drakes. Because while we were down there, I managed to get a 160 and a 165 egg. So Ricky on the right, he's from a 165 egg. Rory on the left, he's from a 160. Now, interestingly enough, that 160 egg gave me twins. And it was really weird because I took Ricky out because we've been out and about with Ricky. I've been trying to size them up and see what their rock drakes are like again, trying to get back into the hang of the mechanics for flying around on these things. Although you technically just glide around more than fly. So I was out quite a while with him, but what I did is I left Rory here in a cryopod, and I left his twin in a cryopod as well. So I'll go and get his twin. Now his twin's called, I think he's called Rocky. Yeah, Rocky. I'm not original when it comes to names. So this one's Rocky there, Rock Drake. Oh, I need a better imagination. Right, so this is Rocky Rock Drake. So he has had a few levels, but it was a case if I took Ricky out, and he's been battling a few things. He's been clearing the place out, getting stegos, and what else was he doing? Carcanos, all sorts of things up and down the rivers. He's been here, there, and everywhere. I've even been up on the surface with him. Rory, on the other hand, and Rocky, I left them in a cryopod in that cryo fridge. And when I came back, I popped Rory out, and he actually got 15 levels, which was well cool. So I've been using him. I mean, when it comes to Ricky, I've been putting his points into health, stamina, and melee. Now, Rory, on the other hand, I've been using him as basically as a transport, because we've been going right the way to the bottom again, quite close to where the actual rock drake trench is, because right there's this big huge skeleton, and there you can get quite a lot of element ore as well as black pearls. And I thought actually what I'll do is I'll have a rock drake that's just basically transporting stuff around. So for this dude here, I've been putting most of his points into his weight, quite a bit into his stamina as well, and some into his health, because he's really just going to get used for me to get all that sort of stuff. That means, you know, going right over the edge, coming all the way back. He needs to carry a lot. Now, Rocky, on the other hand, he's been left inside that cryo fridge ever since. So I've popped him out. And wow, he's got 29 levels just from sitting around inside of a cryopod doing nothing. That's a lot of levels, dude. He got like 15. We've been out and about with him, and you've nearly doubled that already. I'm impressed. So, Rocky here. Well, I want to see how far we can push him. I think we can get up to like 53 plus or something, but from dinos I've had just sitting around on the island, so it'll be interesting to see what it'll be like, you know, for this dude, because he's literally going to be in a cryopod. So I'm going to put him back into a cryopod now. But I've got two things that we need to resolve. Oh, actually, I didn't mention on the last video. While we were going after those rock drakes, on the way back, I found this little dude. He is well cool. Oh, she. Sorry, Yeah, she's well cool. I love all the colours on these things. Absolutely brilliant. Like little peacock. Definitely impressive. Definitely. Now, I've also been busy off camera doing all this lot. This whole place has been getting a bit of a redesign. I've widened this whole area out here because originally it was only coming up to about here, just so we could get our greenhouse done. And I've since shifted all the beer barrels over to there. I mean, we've got a bit of automation going on over there, but what I've been able to do, actually I may as well turn this thing off. These were all built over on scorched earth. Actually, I thought that was turned off. But that was built over on scorched earth, so is the teleporter pad over here. Oh yeah, we've got a teleport system now. Woohoo! I've also been making some elements, so I've been going around the charge nodes, making ourselves element, because we've also got a TEK generator. So I built that beastie there. Let's see how much it's got left. No, not doing too bad. Definitely need more element though. But it means that that can now be used to power these two. And that means we can really get on with our crops over here. I mean, to be honest, I can get them off, you know, all the kibble and everything off the island anyway, but kind of felt obliged to try anyway. But the main thing is, we've got a teleporter. And all that was done by doing it over on the other map, over on Scorched Earth, because we've got Rory there, we've been able to go all the way right down to the bottom where that big skeleton is, and we've been able to get tons of black pearl. And you can put that into the, well, you can either put it into a loot crate or in my case a transmitter, because I brought a transmitter across as well. And what I'm using this one for is basically for me to get off of this map, because it's an absolute pain going around looking for actual loot crates to then upload myself into the beacon system. So once I got off, I built myself a transmitter and I've shipped it back, because you can put all sorts into here. I mean, we can't put in anything like the element, for instance. It won't let me. It refuses to do it. But we've been able to get black pearl, and I've been getting tons of this stuff. I mean, I'm hauling back as much as I can, but the trouble is he can only carry so much. So what I'll do is I'll show you where I've been going. But another thing I really need to get done is I need some Spinos. It's about time we got Spinos, because I've put all of the Megalosauruses away into cryopods, the ones that are going to be used in the Rockwell fight, just to save on the amount of meat that we seem to be going through. But the plan is I want to be able to take some Spinos through as well. And I also need to solve this problem of the rock drakes, because, yeah, these Megalosauruses, because of that grabbing mechanic, they're not doing all that well. And I want to get more rock drakes, so I'm going to try and solve two problems in one go. I want to get some high-level Spinos that we can take into the Rockwell arena, because I'm not 100% certain how well these Megalosauruses are going to do on their own. I mean, I think it'll be okay to leave them to tackle Rockwell itself, but we're going to be up against Reapers. So really, I mean, I think I want to be able to put some Spinos strategically around that arena and use them to deal with all the hassles that I'd get over there. But I'll also be able to go back down to the rock drake trench. It should make my life easier, because then I can use them to beat up the rock drake as well while I steal the eggs. So first things first is, if I can just get past. We're going to pop over here. So it's the way I'm using this. It's no real different to using the normal TEK transmitter you get. I think you get it from the dragon fight, but you can use it for other things if you've got enough TEK generators. I think you need a certain amount of power to be able to do it as a personal teleporter anywhere on the map. In my case, I'm just going from one teleporter to another. So we are, well, it actually shows you the range. And I've got to be careful, because it shows you the range of this thing. And I've reduced it to like medium size, because it's a case I don't want to start teleporting everything except me and the rock drake around. We're going to teleport over for... Oh, hang on a minute. Let me put this on. Where we're going, we should be fine, to be honest, because we're going down to here. Right, there we go. So this is that little area I was showing you before. I've finished it off. I've got myself like a little hut down here, and not a great deal here. It's running another TEK generator, so that's where most of my element ended up. to be able to power that teleporter there, because that's what they need. They need TEK generators. The reason I've been able to pull off all that sort of stuff is because of the black pearl. I mean, I can get metal. Polymer's dead easy to get a hold of on scorched earth. Metal, very, very easy as well. Black pearl, absolute doddle on this map. Absolute doddle. So there's the rock drake down the rock drake. There's the actual skeleton down there. We're just gonna land. Oh. We're gonna backpedal a bit. So there's a lot of element ore down here. You see it's scattered all over the place. Some rock drakes give you hassle, I must admit. I mean, we're not really that cut out for fighting things, I must admit. But he's been able to hold his own, I must admit. So I do put some of the points, as I say. Ooh, there's quite a lot of them here. I'm just looking, there's a lot of them. I mean, the more of them they are, the worse it's going to get, because they're going to get mate boosts. But right down next to where, you can see where it's not really water, it's element, kind of like, I think it's like some sort of like fluid version of the element. It must be like superheated or something. But right down there, they look like silica pearls, but they're actually black pearls. So you just pick them up in the same way that you would pick up silica pearls. And we come back with, I mean, we just come back with so much of it that I can only take so much. I mean, we pick up about 50 out of each one. Oh, you're complaining there's something max level. But right down there is where we find it. There, you see all those little shiny things down there? They look like pearl, they look like silica pearls would. But they're actually black pearls. I'm just going to get rid of this other rock drake. So I mean, taking a rock drake, I mean the actual rock drake trench itself is just over there. Now, it's all very well taking even a high level rock drake into there, I find, but if I end up with like tons of these rock drakes, it ends up being really, really difficult. So at the beginning I was doing okay with the actual Megalosauruses, as long as I could get on one of them. I mean, we were hitting for something like 700, getting on 800 with one Megalosaurus because of the mate boost. Occasionally we'd get one of them would, you know, hit for much higher than 70 something or whatever when it was trying to grab. But yeah, I think we'd be much better off with the actual Spinos, to be honest, because those things can hit like a truck anyway. Look, pick one of these up. I've just got 52 black pearl. It took me ages. I went over to the island originally to get the when I built the TEK generator and the transmitter. Transmitter's cool because it doesn't need any. I'm gonna have to be careful actually because I can only carry so much. When we went over to the island to build the TEK transmitter and a generator, and it was taking forever to get stuff like the black pearls from, you know, Alpha 2 souls, because they always keep running away. It's a pain in the neck trying to take them on with a Basilosaurus. And then I thought, well, actually, to be honest, it's going to be much easier if I do this sort of stuff on scorched earth, because the actual manticore fights really. What was that? Somebody say something? Is that you? Okay, fair enough. The manticore fight's really easy, so it's very easy to get. Oh, foobar, we're carrying too much. Split that, drop that. Right, pick it up in a minute. Yeah, the manticore is really easy, so that's an ideal place to be getting. What? Oh, it was dropped. Alright, okay, fair enough. Look a bit weird. I was expecting to get like one of those little parcels, to be honest. Right, so let's see how much you've got anyway. 300. So we're kind of pushing the limit, you see. It says you're on like 865 out of 1317, but you look at that. And at this point, we're going to really struggle. But anyway, yeah, I mean, over on Scorched Earth, we're getting like a really easy supply of element, an easy supply of the actual organic polymer off the mantis. And then we get, you know, the black pearl from here. So building stuff like the, you know, transmitters, TEK replicators, you name it, it's a lot easier. So I think it seems to be a good idea to be able to combine all of these maps together. You know, get the go to one map that's got the best in one particular resource go to another one where it's best for the another. Combine them and it just makes your life so much simpler. Right, now I'm going to try and figure out how to get back because I never remember which direction I need to head in. See you in a while. Well, we managed to make it back in one piece, but before I start looking for any Spinos, I thought I'd make myself some elements. So, come to this charge node here. So that's one that's actually inside of our base area. And these are all the items that you need to make element. You'll get 3 out of each attempt basically. So it's a combination of so many blue gems. You need some charged batteries, congealed gas balls, element ore, which we get down where I just showed you where to get that black pearl. And there's the green gems, the red gems, which I've also showed you. That was an easy path basically, where if you follow this path towards where the actual rock drakes are, you can get red gems on your way there. Blue gems are quite close to where we are at the moment, and so are green gems. So all of this stuff's very, very easy for me to get. The trouble is it'll take a bit of time, but what you're going to do is create all of these actual charge batteries. You've got to put them into a charge node to charge them up, and then once you've got all the things that it needs, off you go, and it'll actually create all of this element. And each one, I think when it first came out, I think it used to give you 5. Now it gives you 3. The only thing to bear in mind is once it's actually made the element, it actually depletes the charge. So at the moment it's right up to 5,000 fully charged, it's saying. Once its element's actually created, there'll be nothing left and you've got to wait. I think it's about 5 minutes. We'll just see once it finishes. Yeah. So it goes offline for 5 minutes. And so what I could do is I could just keep coming back here every 5 minutes and then filling it back up again. But obviously I need to charge up my my actual battery. So what I can do, for instance, over here, you can just go over to there. I can just line you up. So actually where we are, there's a charge node here. So what I could do, for instance, I could leave the batteries that we've depleted here. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make myself some more element here. So put all of these batteries into here. Then I can make some more element here. So it saves me having to wait for 5 minutes for that one to finish. And it's just a case of going around, gather as many of these resources as you can. Get as many batteries as you possibly can. And then just go around all the different charge nodes. Because I know there's a one in that kind of direction there. There's a one down near where I get the blue crystals as well. There's charge nodes in that direction going out. There's a lot of charge nodes, so you can actually make yourself quite a lot of element in a reasonable space of time. Now the only thing is, in my case now, is I've actually used up all of the batteries that I had. So anyway, I mean, there's some green gems. I'm sure I've showed where all these green gems are, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to a different charge node. If we can just get you moved. Move. Over here. Right. There we go. So there's a charge node down there, so I can actually take advantage of that. To actually go and create all of to recharge my batteries basically. So that's what I'm going to do, because I don't have any more on me. I haven't actually created any more. So I'm just going to leave... Oh, it was you. I thought there was something around there. So I'm just going to leave my batteries there to charge. Oh, that's running from something. That's not a good sign. Yeah, I'm just going to leave my batteries there to charge. So then that'll give me enough to get then another 6 element out of those batteries that I've got. I mean, I can make more batteries. As long as I can find enough charge nodes to do it all on. Then we are fine. Right, so I'm going to plunk you down there. So I've now got 6 element, and I'm just gonna basically pop that into the actual TEK generator over here, because that seems to be getting quite low. Yeah, that'll top that one up. Oh, yeah, I already had 2 to begin with anyway. So that'll keep my TEK generators going for a bit longer. Another thing I did is I actually brought over some armor. I forgot you can actually make TEK armor, and you can put it in the beacon system. I'll just grab Ricky here for a minute. So while I was over on Scorched Earth, I managed to make myself some tech armor, so I could use that, but I have a funny feeling it doesn't work. Did I put it in here? Yes, I did. I've actually put it in here, so that's good. So we can actually get our tech armor now. I'll need more element because you've got to charge all of this lot up. But I've got a funny feeling this stuff does not survive against the hazards on this place. I don't think it'll protect you against the radiation or the spores, for instance. So I think either way I'm going to have to just get, you know, better radiation armor, because the armor that I've got, it doesn't really last that long. I need better blueprints or better stuff, and that's a case of going up on the surface anyway. But what I really want to do is start looking for some Spinos. That's my main priority. They're dotted all over the place, to be honest. There's rivers, there's lakes, ponds, whatever you want to call them. They're spread all over there. You'll even find them in the radiation areas. I've been going around those areas and I'm finding them down there. So the plan as ever is to go out, search for some high-level Spinos, 120 upwards for me, because it's a 150 map. Gather as many as I can, and then I'll do a bit of breeding. Nothing wonderful at this stage, because I just need about 2 of them to help me with the rock drakes. But then I'll be breeding them off camera. I'll breed the actual ones I'll use in the boss fight. Probably do that on the island, I think. Yeah, I'll either do it on the island or Scorched Earth, because I've got breeding facilities on both of those places now. But yeah, first thing is, I'm actually going to find some Spinos to tame in the first place. See you in a while. Ah, drat. That's a bit of a lost opportunity. There's a 140 Spino over there. Now, it was actually stuck in those trees. I was busy building that trap over there to try and lure it in. And somehow it's managed to get itself unstuck. So I'm going to see how far away I can hit it from. Because the plan is basically I want to pull it over to here. See, I want to avoid that blooming carcanos as best I can. See if we can pull it into the, you know, over the ramp and into that trap. So, yeah. Yeah, it was a real shame because it was literally stuck in a tree over there. I mean, I've got myself some of these shocking trank darts now. I could do with some more biotoxin, I must admit. Come on. Ooh. Ow, 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 ow. You lost interest already? Crikey. Oh, come on. Reload, reload, quick. There's a Spino, we need to shoot it. Oh no, that's odd. What? You're too busy with the fish, are you? I mean, it's like it's a really high level. The trouble is, it's like that blooming carcanos is. Maybe I should have cleared the carcanos out first. This is weird. This I don't know why it's not like taking an interest in me. Well, that could have been awkward if I hit the carcanos. Oh come on! How can I be missing? Why the Spino? It's huge. Wait, where are you going? Dude, where the heck are you going? Right, see if I can hit it again. Seriously, are you not interested? I mean, at some point it's either going to get bored of these fish. Oh, as in now. Oh, that wasn't the plan. Oh, what the heck was I doing? Ow, ow, ow. You were supposed to follow me in and I wasn't supposed to do that. Right. Right, we go in this direction, right? Oh! Oh no, it actually got in. Oh, strength. How the heck did it do that? I mean, that's a big trap. I cannot believe that. Whoa, that's doing a lot of damage to the blooming the ramps. Fortunately, it's leaving the drake out of the way, like. But I would have thought that trap was big enough. I mean, I must admit, I came over here and I brought, for some strange reason, I just brought on like a normal dino gate with me. Oh, I think it must have getting too much topo now. Yeah, it's out with the topo anyway. It's true, so, okay, I seriously underestimated the size of that Spino. It's a long time. I'm not used to going after things on a Thylacoleo, to be honest. I should have just done that in the first place. Right, so we need to tame that beastie up then. See you in a while. Oh, now that is extremely lucky. I mean, I've managed to tame up this Spino, and nothing to write home about, I must admit, in terms of stats. I think I've already been to this here. For some strange reason, I didn't bring the blooming tech boots. I'm testing out my tech armor at the moment, but have a look.
I don't understand.
Well, there you go. Did work. I don't know whether that's the fact that I've been offline. You know, I've gone over to a different map that it's working again, because I've been past this place twice and it keeps repeating. It's a bit strange. Anyway, it's very lucky for me because there's a male Spino over there who's level 140. But lessons learned. I'm just gonna take pot shots at it from here if I can. From what I can tell, they obviously don't have that much torpor. I mean, this one, I mean, it didn't run out pretty quickly. I mean, because of my taming settings being ×6, it didn't need any narcotics to keep it under. But it gives me a bit of an incentive because yeah, it can't get up here, I don't think. But I'm thinking because I'm on a rock drake, I've got a potential advantage. I could potentially hit it from practically anywhere. I mean, I could climb up a rock face potentially and just take pot shots at it from there. Oh no, you moved. You're cheating. You're not supposed to move. So what I'm banking on is I can knock this thing out now rather than faff around with traps. That was a bit pointless, to be honest, by the looks of it. I would have to have a really big trap out by the looks of it to keep the Spinos in. I was having a look on the wiki and it did warn you actually that these things, they're extremely good at climbing, so you've got to be very, very careful. Oh no, you're still awake, are you? It looks as though it's taken. So from what I can tell, I mean, it doesn't have that much torpor, or the torpor goes down extremely quickly. So it doesn't take much to basically just go and get it to this point where it starts to run away anyway. Oh, struck. So once you've got it to this point, you can just go, then you can just run after it anyway. I could potentially box it in with a rock drake, actually. And having these shocking trank darts is certainly helping. So that is a lot easier by the looks of it. They're just such good climbers that it's yeah, trying to put them into a trap is a bit difficult, to be honest. So anyway, this is numero 2. I'm gonna have to tame this one up now. Right, this could get interesting. There's a 130 Spino. We are slightly further west, but it's boosted by a Carcanos. So it's like, maybe I can like get its attention at least. Yes, I can. Oh, go away, bloomin' piranhas. Right, so I'm going to climb up here because I think I can hit it from up here. Yeah, I can still hit it because it can't come anywhere near it. I can point the gun in a certain direction, it would help. Oh, it moved! Can I shoot this Spino? What am I hitting? Am I not hitting anything? Ooh, is this not working? Is the game not letting me shoot you because this is too easy? It's not registering for some strange reason. Oh no! It probably thinks, no, you can't do that, that's cheaty. Come on! Alright, there you go. Right, can you... Dude, your head's in the way. Just saying. The only thing I'm bothered about is this is gonna run, and it's gonna run in a direction. Oh, that's okay. As long as it's not running in that direction, I think I'm fine. Can you get down? Right, where did it go? Right, oh, it's run around in that direction, has it? Now the thing is, I don't know if it's running away from me or whether it's just a case of I can't get you, so I'm gonna run away. But if you come after me, I'm gonna eat you next time. Yeah. So we haven't actually spooked it yet. Right. Okay. So you're gonna have to take a bit of a battering, mate. I don't think it takes that many darts before it gets over its torpor limit though. Seriously? Oh no, of all the places he had to go, you're heading for the blooming Alpha Carcanos, aren't you? Dude, don't go down there. Seriously, you're gonna conk out, go out over here maybe, that would be beneficial to me. Right, I think we're going to have to take this Sargo out, because this Sargo is going to cause me problems later down the line. Right, I've got rid of the Sargo. Now hopefully those piranhas aren't going to eat it. Otherwise this is going to be a problem. Right, well its health hasn't gone down, so it's a female 130. This is going to be interesting. See you in a while. Well, I've got to admit, I wasn't expecting to tame up this many Spinos. I mean, this is a lot. I mean, normally I only tame about like 5 or 6 dinos, and then, you know, I'm usually satisfied with those sort of stats. I mean, I don't chase like the high level dinos, the like 150s and only them, because I know perfectly well, you know, 120 upwards is usually okay. You can get some really good stats out of even a 120 dino. But for whatever reason, I couldn't find any 150s in all the days I've been spending doing this, and I've been at it about 3 days to be honest, and it's been pretty expensive, I must admit, because I've got well, this here. Yeah, this little lady is Hugh Mark III. She's a new addition to the team because Hugh Mark II bought the farm. And that's because of me going after all these blooming Spinos. I mean, what I've been doing is I've been using shocking trank darts to knock these things out. And that needs a lot of biotoxin. And it was only just recently, actually, I was going to get some more. And we got took out by a Carcanos, or rather, I got grabbed by a Carcanos while I was with Ricky here. And that killed me. I respawned back here, grabbed Rocky. We went down. We did manage to take out between the 2 rock drakes. They did clear out one of those Carcanos. But unfortunately, then Hugh Mark II. Well, yeah, he was killed. So he is no more. So sadly, he's not going to be around to see Rockwell. So fingers crossed. Hugh Mark III will, but she's going to need a lot of leveling because I need some serious charge capacity. I want a Bulldog to take into that fight that's got a lot of charge capacity so that the light stays on throughout the actual boss fight. So yeah, she's going to need a heck of a lot of leveling. I mean, I'm not really bothered about the charge regeneration rate because, well, if light doesn't go out, it's not really that big of a deal. I just need it to last throughout that fight. That's the biggest priority for me. But yeah, that's all at the expense of blooming Spinos. And as I say, I seriously was not expecting to have to tame this many of them. It's very unusual, and I don't know whether I've been like either unlucky, shortchanged if you will, or whether I've just been, you know, aiming too high, shall we say, in terms of stats. But I've got a good mixture here. I didn't find any 150s on the map. Highest I've been able to get is 145. So there's a lot of them varying from like 120 upwards here, right way up to like these two, the ones on the left and the right. They were 145s. But the stats, sometimes the stats seriously suck, or yeah, they're kind of okay. I mean, like this one here, I mean, just over 3,000 health. I mean, that's lousy. And that is a 145 Spino. I mean, to me, that's just crazy. I mean, I know they did something to affect the aberrant dinos, they get 4% less health than a normal dino does, but they get a boost, they get better melee. But even still, I mean, that's the best I've been able to get is 5241 health, and it just seems really, really low. And I don't know if there is something better out there and I've just been unlucky. Or whether that is literally the kind of like limit now, because the trouble is, I mean, as I say, I normally go out there and I'll tame, I don't know, 5 or 6. But after going through this many, I don't know, I'm honestly stuck, to be honest. I mean, I'm taking a break from Spino taming. I've had enough because I've been at it for days, but I don't know if that's the kind of level I should have been aiming for. It's difficult to tell because on things like Dodo decks, for instance, it's only geared at wild level, you know, wild dino levels. And I was on one of the forums. Now they were talking about 6,500 health. The trouble is that goes back to 2018, and I haven't seen anything to suggest that it's got worse since, or whether you could still potentially get a Spino out there that's got 6,500 health. So kind of stuck. I'm not really sure what to do. I mean, short term, what I'm going to do is, I mean, I've got this female on the left who's got 331 melee, and then I've got my female in the middle with 5241, and then I've got oddly enough, I've got a male on the right. He's got those same 2 stats. I mean, I didn't do any breeding. He just literally came with both of those 2 stats, and that's the highest I've been able to get. So short term, what I'm going to do is I'm going to breed these together, and that way I'll get a female out of, you know, out of these lot that's got health and melee that match those 2 stats, and then I'll breed her with the male so that I can then breed myself 2 Spinos that I can imprint and level up, and then I'll just take them down into the rock drake trench down there, because I do want some better rock drakes. But the trouble is, I also want some decent Spinos to take into the boss fight, and the trouble is, I don't know whether I should go back out there and find a better Spino. I don't know if it's in my interest, because as I said, I don't know what sort of level I should be looking for in terms of like a high level Spino on this map, because that info I was looking at out of date. So I'm going to throw the question out there to yourself. I mean, if you've been playing on Aberration when you see this video, if you've been playing on it recently in particular, and you've been taming up any aberrant Spinos, what sort of stats are you seeing? I mean, are you getting something much better than this, or is this kind of like the sort of health level I should be expecting? Because I honestly don't know. And the trouble is, if I start doing my main breeding where I start to do the mutations, it's going to be pretty much too late, isn't it? It's going to take me a long time to do that breeding, which doesn't really give me much incentive to then go back out again and get the Spinos and then start doing the breeding all over again. So yeah, do please leave a comment, you know, just to give me some sort of pointers as to whether it's in my interests to get back out there, and whether I've just been extremely unlucky. Because the plan is, when I go up against Rockwell, you can take in the Megalosauruses. The trouble is, they've got this sort of like a default mechanism where they grab, so they don't do much damage. Sometimes they'll hit pretty hard, but a lot of the time they're just kind of like basically peck at you, so they're not that much good on their own. They're great if you're riding them, but they seem to suck if they're on their own. But we'll get a maid boost, which is one good thing, and I will be using them to take just you know, take on just Rockwell. But I need something to deal with the Reapers, and Spinos spring to mind. I mean, they're pretty well, yeah, I was going to say they're pretty tanky. The trouble is, with that sort of health, they're definitely not going to be tanky at all. But I need them to sort of like keep the Reapers away from me and away from the Megalosauruses, even if it's just to keep them busy for a while so that I can deal with the tentacles, and then we can come back and just focus on Rockwell. That's fine. I just need to keep those Reapers occupied, and that's why I'm thinking of the Spinos. But yeah, yeah, as I say, I mean, if you think I'm undershooting here and I could do better, then do please leave a comment. That I would really appreciate that. Anyhow, I've had enough of Spinos for several days, really. I mean, my tactics did change, I must admit. I started off trying to grab a hold of these and pull them into an actual trap, but it was too much hassle, to be honest. Especially when that first one just more or less glitched through a bunch of pillars. I gave up on that strategy. So I mean, trying to tank one of those with Ricky the Rock Drake was just getting me nowhere. So I was hanging off either a cliff wall and taking pot shots, or I was going up to the top of a shelf and taking pot shots from there. That was okay, I must admit. That seemed to go well. But the trouble is, sometimes if I'm like riding Ricky the Rock Drake, trying to maneuver was getting to be a bit of a pain. And then I remembered I've got this TEK armor, so eventually what I started doing is just hovering around in the air. You know, I can take pot shots, and that was easy enough. I mean, it's a bit of a hassle because, like, once you get them to a certain torpo level, they'll run away, and you've got to start chasing them all the way down the map, which it's not that bad, but pretty easy to tame up for me. I mean, my taming settings are 6, so they only took 3 exceptional people. Didn't take that long to then get them tamed and brought back here. But yeah, I think I've had my fill of Spinos for one. Well, for a while at this rate, anyway.
Well, thanks for making it to the end of this episode. I really do hope you enjoy it. If so, then please leave a like, as it'll encourage YouTube's algorithms to suggest the video to others who might like it as well. If you have any tips or tricks for ARK, then please leave them in a comment below, as it would benefit anyone watching this. So, I appreciate any feedback at all, even if it's just to say hello. If you're new to the channel, then consider subscribing. It's free. Just remember to click the little bell icon though, as you should get reminders then when new content goes out. And if you'd like to support the channel, then consider becoming a Patreon. Alternatively, there's the option to make a one-off contribution through PayPal. I've left links for both options in the description below. But above all, I hope you like watching these videos as much as I enjoy playing ARK. Bye!